Hi everyone, I'm Gerald. I'm a licensed engineer here in the Philippines and currently a student at UIUC in their MBA program. In the past, I've read hundreds of personal finance and self development books, and I've attended several career and investing seminars and workshops. And during this time, I've applied everything I learned and knew what works and what doesn't work when it comes to adulting. In this video, I will tell you the most important life skills that you need to know when you reach 20 years old. First is to be resourceful. So, you have to be resourceful in things, in ideas, and in network. So, being resourceful in things means being frugal. So, you have to make sure that whatever things that you already have, you won't add up to them because it will also add up to your expenses. For example, you own a laptop for work and you want a more powerful laptop to replace that laptop. If that laptop is used only for work and it's still usable at the current time, then you maybe want to check if buying a more powerful laptop is a right thing for you because it will still add up to your expenses and it won't add much value to your life because the laptop that you currently own is still working for you at the moment. Another is being resourceful in ideas. So you have to be more focused on what you have rather than what you don't have. So a lot of people have been born with rich parents, with rich connections, with a lot of money, right? But for some of us, we don't have that kind of money or connection. We should be able to utilize what we currently have. Like if you're still in college and you're studying computer science, you have to leverage what you already know and what you could do with the course or with the degree instead of thinking that you might have gotten a different path instead. And lastly, being resourceful in network. So you have to leverage the power of networking. As they say, your network determines your network. So the people you know, the people who can help you in certain projects, the people who you could tap on in terms of building new businesses, and you may want to see how you can help them too in order to have a more deep relationships with other people. Number two is being independent. So I want to break it down into three things as well. One is being independent in finances, being independent in relationships, and being independent in your life. So, what does being independent in finances mean? So, you have to know how to budget, you have to know how to separate your needs and your wants. So, your needs, which are also called non discretionary expenses like utilities, rent, food, water, electricity, things that you cannot live without. And wants, which we call discretionary expenses, maybe like new cell phone, new car, vacations, eating out. So things that you can live without. And at this point, if you're still at an early age, you may want to focus more on the non-discretionary expenses so you can have more money and access in order to invest and make that money grow for you in the future. Because at this point in time, you are still at a young age and you have the advantage of time compared to myself and to other people. Another is being independent in relationships. So you have to know how to live on your own without the need for others people's approval. So what does this mean? In this day and age, most of our interests revolve around social media, right? So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and it's very easy to fall into the trap of likes and dislikes and comments and hearts, right? And more likes to your photos, more likes to your posts means other people have more approval to what you're doing, right? So in the worst case that those likes wouldn't be there anymore in the future and you're still working on yourself, working your business, or working on your career, you have to be okay with that. So whether it be having more approval with other people or having more rejection with other people, you have to be perfectly okay and you have to be laser focused of what you're doing. So even if there's no people who support you, and there's no people who approve of what you do, you have to be okay with what you're doing. You have to continue what you've started. And third thing is to be independent in your life. And this is really, really important, because you have to know how to be successful on your own terms. So if you really want to do a side project that's really, really close to your heart, then you can do that, of course, if time permits. But you have to make sure that it's in line with your goals, and it's in line with your passion, not something that somebody told you to do. And lastly, one of the most important life skills that you need when you reach 20 years old is to be open to change. So, especially in this era, it's really important that you know who you are, what you like, what your unique qualities are, and always be on a constantly evolving level of change. So, you have to always be learning in order to be successful in this world. What I want to tell you guys is that if you're still in college and you're working on certain subjects or courses day and night, you will most likely be continuing that after you graduate and start working. Actually, you will learn more after you started working as opposed to when you're still in college. So if you are resistant to change, if you are resistant to continuous learning, then it's very hard for you to be successful. And right now, there are a lot of technologies that are booming in every industry, and if you don't catch up to those, to learning those technologies or to learning those new things, then you will be left out both in the labor market and in building a new business. So to summarize it all for you, first is to be resourceful, being resourceful in things, in ideas, and in network. Second is being independent in your finances, being independent in your relationships, and being independent in your life. And lastly is being really, really open to change. So if you have any recommendations about what I should talk about next, just let me know in the comment section, and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon to notify you as soon as I upload a new video.